Hello, everyone. I'm Karen Shelton. I am the owner of My Path Unwinding Travel, and we are really happy that you have chosen to spend some time with us this evening talking about an incredible experience, the AmaWaterways experience, river cruising throughout so many wonderful destinations. And in just a moment, we're going to be joined by a representative from AmaWaterways, Becky, who's going to tell us everything we need to know. But to get us in the mood, we're going to watch a quick video while everybody joins us and gets settled in to the evening. So here we go.
Step aboard a world of exceptional experiences, where your journey is our passion. Allow us to share villages that time forgot. Walk along cobblestone streets filled with the lights. Paddle through historic town squares and revel in moments that last a lifetime. When you step aboard AmaWaterways, each day brings a genuine smile that warms the heart. Every river a new culture that inspires. And each course a moment to savor and share. Experience these wonders and delights with AmaWaterways, the heart of the river.
Awesome. I hope that got everybody excited to hear more. And we are going to now introduce and bring on stage Becky from AmaWaterways, who we have an incredible relationship with. She is our go-to business development manager at AmaWaterways, and our relationship between My Path Unwinding and Ama is all the better because of her and the incredible company that she works with. So, Becky, I'll let you go ahead and take it away.
Awesome. I'm so excited to be with you guys today. Thank you so much for inviting me to join you. I'm going to screen share and then get us started. So I hope that video got you excited to get going with us. Oops, did I lose? Did it? Is it still showing on your side?
Yep, we see it. You should be good to go.
Okay, on my side it went to a black screen, so I got a little nervous. All right, so let's start off by just sharing how you even pronounce our name. That a lot of folks always ask me, Becky, how do you even pronounce it? Is it AmaWaterways, AmaWaterways, or AmaWaterways? And it's AmaWaterways. Why? Because Ama stands for love. And we're family owned and operated, and we want you to feel like you're part of the family when you come on board. So Rudy and Christine are our owners. They actually worked for a very well-known other river cruise company. They were there years ago, and Rudy was the president, and Christine was on the executive team. They left that company and decided they wanted to start their own river cruise company that they could be proud of and want to sail on their own. So they started AmaWaterways. They met another gentleman named Jimmy Murphy who owned an Irish tour company. He sold that tour company and took all his proceeds and joined up with Rudy and Christine. Unfortunately, though, in 2014, Mr. Murphy passed away, but his son Gary was already part of the company and already part of the family. So he took over his father's legacy with the company and is still with us today and is one of our co-founders. So we say that oceans take you to countries while rivers bring you through them. Think of the rivers as the highway to yesteryears, bringing you from country to country or the capital to capital, just really being able to keep you in the center of everything. I say to everyone, think about the Olympics this past summer when they were on the Seine River. All the athletes were sailing along. They got to really enjoy and see all that was right there along the river, just steps away. And what's really nice is when you're on a river cruise, you're going to get support and you're only going to be steps away from the excitement of everything. It's not like you're going to have to motor coach to your excursion at every port. So why AmaWaterways and not one of our friendly competitors? Well, here's a list. I won't read them all for you. I'll let you read them. But again, we're family owned and operated. We're all about sustainability. So when you're on board and you're in your room and you're drinking your bottle of water, it's going to be a glass bottle of water, not a plastic bottle. When you leave for your excursion, we're going to hand you a carton of water again, to keep you so you from getting thirsty instead of giving you a plastic bottle. We want to make sure that we're real conscious of our carbon footprint. So we're real conscious of that. Even when you do get your cruise, your daily cruiser, which tells you about everything that's going to happen the next day, that's on your app instead of being printed out. Now, if you do want a paper copy, all you have to do is ask the front desk and we'll give it to you. But for the most part, we have it on our app. Speaking of our app, that's our My Ama Cruise app. That's where you'll find all your information. That's where you choose all of your excursions. You'll know what's going to be happening the next day. You'll be able to see what the local temperature and time is. You'll be able to even upload all your photos onto your My Ama app and then be able to send your family back home a little postcard that you've created that shows the photos of what you've done that day. It's really awesome. And what's great is we have complimentary Wi Fi on board, so that you can stay connected with your family back home and make sure that they know all about the exciting things that you're doing. So when you're doing your research on AmaWaterways, one thing you're really going to hear about is our unparalleled service. How we're always anticipating your next need before you even think about it. We're really there to take care of you for the 7 nights that you're on board, really making sure that you're comfortable and enjoying your sailing with us. But one thing that you'll really hear about is, again, you become part of the family, right? So your cruise manager becomes like your big brother or big sister. And when you leave the ship, you want to know where your cruise manager is going next. We see that a lot of times on our reviews. The guests will be like asking their cruise manager, "Hey, can I follow you on Facebook?" or "Where are you going to next? 'Cause I want to be able to join back up with you and sail with you again." I was with doing a show the other day, and a couple came up to me and said, "Becky, can I share with you about a recent trip I took with you?" And I'm like, "Yeah, of course. I love hearing stories like this." And she said her husband and her got COVID, and she couldn't believe how afterwards, when they had gotten sick, that the sailing had gone by, everybody left, but what was so nice was every day a different cruise manager checked in on her because they all had to keep sailing, right? But every day somebody checked in on them to make sure they were okay, to make sure that they still had their flights taken care of for when they were leaving. Did they have food in their room? And she was like, I couldn't believe this. And this was back in 2021 when this happened to them. But she was like, I'm still so touched to this day that y'all didn't have to worry about me. I had sailed with you. I was done. And then now you were still like checking in on me to make sure I was okay. And even when I got home, you all sent flowers to make sure that we got home safely. It was something I'll never forget. And I just love that she shared that with us. So another thing with AmaWaterways is we're all about innovation. Rudy is an architect. That's what he went to school for. So even some of the things that we have on board is because of things that his mastermind has come up with, whether it be a draft that he created that allows us to sail in 17 inches of water, where some of our friendly competitors have to stop sailing, or maybe it's the twin balconies that he created for our ships, or even the Ama Magna that you see featured here. She's the only one of her kind, double the width of any other ship out there, a river ship out there. Usually a river ship is 38 feet wide. She's 72 feet wide. Um, Normally, on average, we have about 150 passengers on board. On the Ama Magna, we have 196. So even though we doubled the size of the ship, we didn't double the number of passengers on board. What we did was we gave that luxury of space back to the guests. We even have a pickleball court on the upper deck. So just imagine yourself playing pickleball as a castle is passing you by. So another thing that we have on board are wellness professionals. We understand that you may have an exercise regimen that you have at home, and we want to make sure that you keep that maintained while you're on vacation. But it doesn't mean you have to. Um, but you might want to do a digestive walk after our amazing meals that we have. You can enjoy doing that walk on the upper deck, or maybe some yoga or meditation up on the upper deck in the early mornings as you're sailing along again with those beautiful castles when they pass you by. I have to admit, during my summer sailing that I did, I actually just wanted to put a mat down and do a downward pose or one of the yoga positions and just have my friend take a picture of me just because there was a castle in the background. But I wasn't willing to do the whole yoga 30-minute exercise. But anyways, the wellness professionals will be with you even on some of the excursions that you're taking as well. Let's talk about the excursions. What's nice is when it comes to excursions, this really shows our difference between us and some of the friendly competitors. One of the main reasons is all of them are included. We don't nickel and dime you. So it's not like you're just going to get one choice per port or one complimentary and then the rest are a la carte. Nope, they're all included. And you get options. You get anywhere from 2 to 6 excursions to choose from, depending on the itinerary, depending on the port. But what it is also too is, again, we want you to feel like you're part of the family. So we don't want you to feel like you're lost in the crowd. So the groups are small and intimate, more like 15, max 20 people. Again, when I took my summer excursion, my friend that I was with, she broke her toe right before we left. So we had to stay in our gentle category because we have 3 categories. We have gentle, regular, and active. We want to meet you where you're at. Maybe you're one that wants to keep your blood flowing and be really active. So you want to do the hiking and the biking. You'll be in that active category. You just want to keep it in the regular pace. You'll be in the regular. Or you might be like my friend and I, who had to keep it in the gentle because we had those mobility challenges. So we were in the gentle. But what was nice was, even though there was only myself and my friend and another couple, um, they didn't cancel the excursion. They kept it at the 4 of us, and that was really nice of them. And it was so nice was because it was just the 4 of us, we were able to even kind of customize it. It was the middle of summer, pretty hot in Romania, and we asked the gentleman if he could pick up his speed a little bit because we were melting and we didn't want to be out there so long. So it was great because then we ended up kind of catching up to the regular pace folks. So let's talk about that luxury of space when it comes to the staterooms. Again, Rudy, excuse me, really wanted to have that twin balcony. So that's the main picture that you see here, where you have on the left-hand side, or excuse me, the right-hand side, you have the French doors where you open it up, you can stick your toes out and just enjoy the fresh air as you're passing by. Or maybe you'd want to open the door on the left, take your stateroom mate, maybe choose the beverage of choice, bring it outside and sit outside and really enjoy the sailing out there as you're just enjoying your beverage. You could also enjoy one of our French balcony rooms. That's the picture that's up in the upper left-hand corner. We also have on some of our ships connecting rooms in case you're traveling with someone else that you might want to stay in a room that's connecting. We have those as well. And in some of these photos, you can even see that Apple TV. Apple TVs are in the room again with that free Wi-Fi, so you can stay connected with the family back home. I wanted to show you again what that twin balcony looked like. So I showed it from a different ship as well. So I hope y'all had dinner already, because we want to talk about the cuisine that we have on board. Our chefs in Europe are all part of the oh my goodness, the Chaîne de Vertisseur Association, or that society. And to be part of that society, you don't pay to become part of the La Chaîne de Vertisseur Association. You have to be invited. And we're really proud of our chefs on these ships because of their talents. These ships have been recognized into this association. We're really excited about that. So when you're on board, all of your meals are included, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And don't worry if you don't like that gourmet style. Maybe you're a steak and potatoes or a salmon person. You want that everyday kind of meal, that hamburger or pizza. We do have an everyday menu as well that you can choose from. So don't worry about that too. And then what we're going to do is invite you to the lounge an hour before dinner. This way you can enjoy our sip and sail. It's our cocktail hour that we have the bar open. So if you've been craving that martini all day, this is your time to have it on us. And then join us in the lounge while the cruise manager will tell you all about what the next day is going to be, what the next day entails. They'll tell you all about the different excursions. Now, you've already chose your excursions about 30 days prior to departure. But let's say the cruise manager just told you about something that was super exciting and you feel like you're going to miss out if you don't do that one, but you've already signed up for another one. Just let them know. If there's availability to switch you over, they definitely will. It won't be a problem at all. Want to also share that the wine and beer is included in lunch and dinner. And what's really nice is it's not just a house beer and wine. It is a beer and wine that keeps you immersed within the countries that you're traveling through. So it's not like it's going to be a house beer and wine that you're going to get tired of by like day 3. So we do have a specialty restaurant called Chef's Table. They're located at the back of the ships. The reason being is because we have beautiful windows that are floor to ceiling. So while you're enjoying your 7-course meal here, that's paired with wine, you'll also be able to look out the window and be able to enjoy the sailing as you're sailing along. You'll also be able to see the chef preparing the meals for you as well. 28 guests at a time are able to enjoy this experience. So that's 28 less guests in the main dining room at dinner time. But then what you'll do is you'll make your reservations once you're on board for the chef's table. You can choose the night that you want to go, and then just let the front desk know, and you can make your reservations. Now we know that you're going to get off the ship and you're going to be immersed within the culture, but we also want to bring the culture to you on board. So on the nights that we're sailing, maybe what we'll do is bring a local pianist on board, or maybe some of the local dancers and singers to come on board to keep you immersed within the country. You might be doing a Christmas market and have the local children come on board and sing Christmas carols. Or like we were in, I think it was Croatia, we had some Croatian children come on board and do some singing or dancing. I think this woman here is from Romania. So where do we travel? I know you can see this map just so perfectly, but we do travel throughout Europe, all throughout Europe, Africa, Asia and the Mekong, the Nile in Egypt, and we're super excited to share that starting this spring, we're going to be on the Magdalena River in Colombia. So you could do the upper or lower Danube. Remember that ship I was telling you about, the Ama Magna, the one that's the only one of her kind that's double the size? That's where you'll find hers on the Danube. She will only fit on the Danube because of the locks there. She can't go on the Rhine or the Main because the locks there are too small for her. But here you'll be able to enjoy maybe a 14-night cruise, even seeing 8 different countries, really being able to see all the grand capitals and charming villages of Europe, being able to see them all. Or maybe you want to do the Rhine, the Main, or the Moselle, being able to, all those rivers run through Switzerland, Germany, France, and the Netherlands. Really being able to see all those fairy tale castles I was telling you about, those vineyards, and those historical medieval Renaissance cities. Or like we were talking about earlier with the Olympics, being able to go to France and trying out our itineraries there. Several of our itineraries in France do have that wine touch as well, being able to go through Bordeaux and Burgundy and even Champagne. Now I'm really excited to say about Dutch and Belgium, because this is where I'm going to be spending the New Year's, bringing in the New Year on board our ship here. And that's something you could always do as well. Want to do something for New Year's? Go to Europe, go on one of those cruises. And then you don't have to worry about a European hotel room, a reservation on New Year's Eve night. Our ship turns into a gala. And then just think about it. In the evening, I'll be able to go up to the sun deck and watch all the fireworks going on each side of the river. I am so excited about this. But you could also go to Dutch and Belgium, or excuse me, the Netherlands, Amsterdam area, to even go in the springtime and be able to see tulip time. But while you're there, you definitely want to try that Dutch chocolate and those Belgian waffles and be able to enjoy them all as you're sailing along and seeing all those windmills as well. Now, Portugal is hot, hot, hot. If you have Portugal on your list of somewhere to get or place that you want to go visit, definitely want to book that soon. It's already almost sold out for 2025 and already selling for 2026. The Douro River is really popular. Here you'll be able to really enjoy everything. Here we don't have a chef's table. What you'll do is actually go into the country and have a different experience with the locals that we have arranged for you exclusively with AmaWaterways. Now, while you're on board several of our ships, we have different themes that you'll be able to enjoy. Maybe it's a celebration of wine where we have a wine host. In 2024, we had over 70 different departures that had a wine host on board where they're able to celebrate old world wine with new world wine. Oh, folks loved it. Or if you want to have that Hallmark moment and you want to feel like you're in a Hallmark movie, maybe you want to try doing our Christmas markets. They're going on right now, where you're on the ship and everything is Christmas. From the outside of the ship, it's all decorated to inside the ship. We're the only cruise line that actually decorates the outside of the ship. It's been really nice these last couple of days. We're in the office and we're all seeing pictures of from the river, and they're showing us all the ships that are all decorated, and it's just so beautiful. And they say, and then they've been showing pictures of even inside the ship. And when you take a Christmas market cruise with us, you'll have all the experience because not only will you do the Christmas markets while you're on your different excursions, and there are regular excursions to do as well. You'll do the Christmas markets, but even when you're on board, we have activities for you to do to keep you immersed in that Christmas holiday spirit. Whether it's maybe baking cookies with our chefs. We all want to bake cookies at the holidays, right? But what's the worst thing about it? Cleaning up all the mess. Well, don't worry. AmaWaterways will clean up the mess. You just get to enjoy making the cookies with us. St. Nick will even come visit. And I hear if you leave your shoes outside the door, you might even get a little gift. That's some tradition that the Europeans do as well. Or if you want to celebrate your Black heritage, we have experiences called the Soulful Experience. This is actually in the countries of France, Portugal, Egypt, and Colombia. Africa, I forgot to remove, so my apologies there. But this is something that's unique to us. We just started doing this, and they were so popular that we continue to do it again. We're even going to be adding Colombia to this as well. And we've already started adding select itineraries for 2026. So maybe you wanted to go see Vietnam and Cambodia and go to the Mekong River. Really being able to enjoy this. This is something that's amazing. Being able to see the different areas that are in Vietnam and Cambodia, really being able to enjoy it. The Nile River in Egypt. You can do 11-night cruise and land package here, 3 nights in Cairo pre-cruise, then a 7-night cruise round trip to Luxor with another 1 night Cairo post-cruise. Really enjoying all that there is to offer here in Egypt, being able to see the last survivor of the seven wonders of the ancient world with the Great Sphinx, and then the three pyramids of Gaza as well. Then also to South Africa. This is where the animals determine the nautical schedule. You'll be able to see the big five animals. Um, when they come down to the river to eat, that's when you're going to be sailing along the river so that you can see those elephants up close and all the other animals as well. You'll be able to enjoy this, and it's a 4 night wildlife cruise on the Zambezi Queen on the Chicopee River, and then it's followed by 2 nights in the Victoria Falls. Then you can add on to the package with some Cape Town and Johannesburg and Kruger National Park as well. And then, as I mentioned, we're going to be adding the Magdalena River in Colombia, really being able to see all the beautiful colors and the birds and the coffee and chocolate that Colombia has to offer. But also, Colombia is known for their dancing and their carnival. So every cruise will have the carnival brought onto the cruise, so that each itinerary will have their own carnival. So what promotions do we have? Well, the company that you're working with today is part of a network called the Travel Leaders Network. And that means that there's dates that we have out there that we give them an exclusive offer. It's $150 onboard credit that you'll get. And I know I mentioned that everything's included. So you're probably like, okay, what am I going to use that $150 for then, Becky? Well, maybe you want another cocktail outside of that hour sip and sale. You can use $150 for that. Or maybe you want to do your laundry. When I was out there during the summer, it was so hot. I did not want my dirty clothes touching my clean clothes. So every day I did laundry, and my laundry bill was less than $40. That's how inexpensive it was to do laundry. You might even want to try out the spa. Maybe you want to do a spa day, or ladies, get your hair done. You could even do that. Or maybe you wanted to spend it in our gift shop and buy a souvenir for a family or friend back home. So there's so many options to take that $150 and either spoil yourself or find something for a friend back home. There are specific days, though, where we can double that onboard credit. It's called our AmaMax program. And if you ask your travel advisor first to look into those dates, if you're flexible and can alter your date by a couple days here and there, and you choose an AmaMax date, then again, that onboard credit goes up to $300. And then there's dates that we have where there's a private cocktail reception and some exclusive offers as well, again, on select travel dates. So another retail offer that we have is that we have save up to 20% on specific sailings in Europe, Asia, Egypt, and Colombia. So basically all of them except South Africa, where you might be able to get an additional 20% off. Now, because you joined today, we want to make sure you get another offer. And because you're joining us today, we want to be able to say that if you book within the next 2 weeks, so by December 17th, we're going to offer you an additional $100 off per person, along with that Travel Leader Network promotion I was just sharing. So you'll get that onboard credit at $150, or if you chose that AmaMax program, that onboard credit would be $300. Plus, you'll be getting another $100 off per person. And who knows, you could have possibly chose the date where it had a 20% off promotion on top of that. So it's all stackable. So definitely be sure to let Karen know so that she can help you find the right dates and get you sailing. So I do have the opportunity to take some questions and answers. So I will leave you with this. And then also too, I'll leave you with Karen's information. So if you do have any questions, you'll be able to reach out to her as well. You can either drop her an email, give her a call. You all know how to reach her. And then also her website is there as well. But if anyone has any questions, I'm happy to answer them.
Thank you so much, Becky. We have several questions, and
Okay.
be sure, everybody, we've had some great engagement, great questions tonight. Reach out to me or to any of the advisors on our team that invited you here tonight, or we can connect you to somebody if you're not working with anybody on our team yet. So let's see. One of the questions we have is about solo travel. I know that some of the ships actually have rooms designed for solo travelers. Can you talk a little bit about how it is for single solo travelers on board?
Yeah, of course. So those ships that you're talking about, those are usually on the French rivers, that you'll be able to find those staterooms. And then we always do offer, there's certain dates there's select dates that are out there that we even waive the solo supplement. So again, that's when she could talk to you, or anyone could talk to you or your team. You could talk to our res agents to find out what dates are available, where we actually just completely waive it. And those French itinerary rooms, they have a certain percentage that it's always waived as well. And then they get those staterooms, those solo staterooms.
Right. So I think river cruising is such a great way to travel if you're traveling alone because there's open seating in the dining room and it's a great way to kind of mix and mingle. And it's, big enough to where you can meet people, but not so big that you feel kind of isolated and alone. And, you'll always be included on a shore excursion. There's the sip and sail cocktail hour. There's the entertainment. So I think there's so many great opportunities. If you don't have somebody to travel with, don't let that hold you back.
And you know what's really nice with AmaWaterways? What we do that first night is we invite all the solo travelers out. I think it's like 15 minutes or 30 minutes before the first sip and sail, so that they all get to meet each other first. This way, it's kind of like a social environment for them to kind of meet each other, maybe have some bonding. So then they are like, "Oh, look, I'm not alone. There's such and such. I can end up maybe teaming up with them."
That is perfect.
Yeah.
Another question we had is about the dress code.
Great question. I always get this one. So don't worry, you can leave your tuxedos and gowns at home. This is not super casual, but we want you to be comfortable. So we understand that during the day you're going to be taking excursions and you might be taking a bike ride, and we want you to be comfortable while you're doing those excursions. So we understand you might be in, if it's the summertime, in shorts or jeans or whatever have you. The times I think when you get the most stressy is when you're going to the chef's table. That's the night we've noticed that folks like really then get a little more dressed up. But again, even for the gentleman, a sports jacket's not needed. You don't have to wear one, but it's more resort chic for when you're on board.
I think it's similar to what many of the people that know us and our agency might be used to, even on ocean cruise line. And that, if you go when you're at dinner, you might choose to, get a little bit dressed up, especially if
Mhm.
you're going to a specialty dining. The chef's table is such a special experience that you probably want to get into that vibe, but you don't have to worry about, putting on a tie or making sure that, you have cocktail dress for dinner. I've been on Ama and have felt so comfortable, being myself. And let's see, another question that we have is about climate control, air conditioning in the room. I think, I think I take some of these things for granted, but people hear, well, there might not be air conditioning in Europe. So tell us about the climate control and the comfort aspects in the staterooms.
I don't. I'm trying to remember how mine was. I was definitely comfortable throughout my experience. I had there's definitely air conditioning on the ships, so you don't have to worry about that. And there's heat for the winter time. Um, I'm trying to think if I'm almost positive we were able to control our own temperature.
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah, I think every room is individually climate controlled, so um,
I've
don't have
never
to
been
worry
asked
about
that question. I'm sorry.
right. Right. No, there you go. But I think, I mean, my experience has been that the rooms are climate controlled and the ships are so comfortable. What about gratuities? Are they included, Becky?
So they are not, but there are times when we do certain promotions that they might be included. So that all depends on the promotion you choose. So, but for the most part, they are not included. Usually, we say that we like you to decide your own gratuity, so that you can add that when you're departing.
Perfect. And is that something you can use your onboard credit for?
Yes. Good
Perfect.
question. Yes.
And then there was a question. We talked about wine. And so someone asked if you can bring your own wine on board to enjoy. And I'm not sure if you would even need to do that with all the wine that's available at lunch and dinner and the sip and sail. But can you grab a bottle of wine and port, and then bring it on the ship to enjoy?
Yeah, absolutely. The only thing is you got to share it with everybody. No. Yeah, you definitely can do that. And the best part is we don't charge a cork fee for that.
Yeah, it's such an incredible experience for those of you who are really used to ocean cruises. Even just the check-in and boarding a river cruise is very different,
Mhm.
but you quickly realize, how intimate and special it is. So I think that we've covered just about all of the questions. We got some great feedback about the itineraries looking fantastic. I do want to point out that Kimberly Simpson Key, who's one of our advisors at My Path Unwinding, is hosting a cruise in November 2025. We have some special rates specifically for that group. So reach out to her, reach out to me, and we can get you connected to her. If you want to travel with other people traveling as a group, that would be a great opportunity to do so. And there's some terrific pricing on that. So we have so many different ways that you can save on AmaWaterways. And, it's really just such a special, special experience and a way to really get more immersed in the destination. I am addicted to river cruising now and can't wait for our next one. So, Becky, with that, thank you so much for everything.
Yes, of
And
course, my pleasure.
we look forward to working with you. And again, if there's anybody that has any questions about AmaWaterways, reach out to me or your advisor on our team, and we will be sure to answer it and get you the right option for your next vacation. So thank you so much, everybody, and we will see you next time.
Have a good night.
Good night.